So you were brought to my attention, as I mentioned to you a moment ago, by your mortgage insurance rep. And she's mentioned to me that, hey, have you heard of Josh Dobson? What he's doing on Instagram? I'm like, no. And then she brings me to your channel, and you have 121,000 followers at the time of this recording on Instagram. And yet you've only been on Instagram a year. Is that right?
So, I mean, we've been on Instagram a little bit longer, but we really haven't done anything as far as social media, marketing, recording videos for probably maybe a year. I would say I'm closer to probably 8 months.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what got you on? Like, is there a story behind that?
Yeah, I guess there kind of is. So, I mean, being in the business for 20 years, I've seen a lot of ups and downs. I've seen changes in the markets and how things work, where business comes from. And so I would say probably towards the end of last year, I realized that the market was getting ready to shift. We were going to see kind of a slowdown in the markets, especially here in California. Prices rising, interest rates rising. I figured some things were going to start to change. So I wanted to expand my reach, knowing that the old model of chasing after real estate agents locally works well and good when the markets are hot, but when it starts to slow down, it becomes kind of anemic. It becomes very difficult to survive as a loan officer and a single breadwinner for your household. So I looked at the opportunity on social media that I saw, which was, I feel like it was a great way for you to reach more consumers and connect with them on a more personal level. So instead of the old model where you're chasing after real estate agents looking for referrals, I figured I could flip the script, get directly to the consumer and get them before they're off shopping for houses, and then put them in the place where they need to be, which is shopping for houses after they've been pre-approved.
Yeah. And the first place you went was Instagram?
So yeah, I mean, we looked at all the different social media channels. Instagram at the time was flipping to Reels, so video content. Before they had just been a picture app. And that really didn't lend itself to what we were trying to do, right? So with the advent of video and video becoming more prevalent in social media, we saw an opportunity to start creating videos that drove traffic, that drove engagement. And those videos, obviously, with the personal touch of me being in the video, communicating and getting across different messages, it seemed like the right fit to be able to grow an audience, but also grow a following to help us drive consumers to become homeowners.
So prior to deciding to get on Instagram, timing of reels and all that stuff, video, had you prior to that done much with video?
So if you go back and you look at our Instagram page, if you go back just before this all happened, a lot of it was just the carousels and the pictures. We really hadn't done a lot of video. Like I said, it was just kind of one of those things where we saw an opportunity. And again, another aspect of it was TikTok, right? So TikTok also became very popular. And TikTok was another platform where it was a lot of short form video content. And it's a lot easier for someone who's starting out to really get involved in short form video content because it requires less information. It also requires less work, right? So before, everybody was on YouTube, and YouTube requires longer videos, so it requires a little bit more content. With the advent of the short form video content, it gave us a platform to be able to create a lot of content and get a lot more information out there in a short amount of time with a little bit less work.
Yeah, but Josh, many people have seen what's happened with Instagram, Reels, the short form video thing, and yet they've still sat on their hands and done nothing. What's different about you that you decided to take hold of that? I mean, because you I'm sure heard all the quote excuses or reasons why, I don't want to get on video or whatever the thing is, right?
Right.
So how did you deal with that mentally or whatever?
I mean, in all fairness, like I've done a lot of research, and a lot of the research says, people don't get started because of the psychology of it. Whether it's I don't look good or I have to sound good. For me, I think as I've grown personally, myself and the confidence within myself, I became aware that it didn't matter. I don't necessarily care what other people think I look like or what I sound like. For me, it became about the consumer. So I realized after having thousands of conversations with clients throughout the years, I realized there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of lack of education when it comes to finance, when it comes to buying a house, when it comes to getting financed to buy a house, right? So I saw a niche, I guess you could say, right? Being able to provide a level of education that was entertaining that would help consumers actually get the right information.